The process is always that I take photos of people that inspire me. And it is like the painting already in my head, like a pose, a feeling, an emotion that I want to create. And some of the paintings want to be on canvas, some of the paintings want to be on wood. And this newest collection, my newest artworks are all on wood. I'll transfer the outlines and then I burn them into the wood. It's called pyrography, and then I'll fill it with colors, and the last step is to put epoxy on top. The pyrography works I have been doing for a very long time, and I was like, oh, this would be just like the next step to evolve it and to go on and add this flowers into the paintings. And it's like a process I love. They all came with a story or with people I met, and then there were different ideas and inspirations all around the world since I traveled a lot. This one is actually one of the first ones that I did. The lady on the painting I met at a wedding, and we started talking and I started staring at her and I was like, okay, can I just take a couple of photographs of you? And she was pregnant at that time. So I asked her to hold one of the bowls above her head and took photos of her. So this one is two friends of mine, and I met them in a castle where I go for classes very often, and they were just like these fairies that came out of the castle, and I was like, oh my god, can I take a picture of you? This one actually came out of the same process with the three dancing ladies. This is called Midsummer. For me, this lightness, this ease, the joy of living. Here, this one is called Sleeping Beauty. Sleeping Beauty is like one of those artworks that where I take the photos like far earlier, and I just put it on a pyrography in a small one, and then sometimes I have motifs that reoccur and want to be big, and then I burn it into this big piece of wood, and the colors came, the flowers came, and it all came together as a beautiful composition as the Sleeping Beauty. We have this one. I was in a class at Paris about the art of living. Like one of my friends had her daughter and her son were there, and her daughter came and just hugged her. And I was so lucky to get a photo of that. I called it If I Could. This is Ginkgo Lady. It was like, there is a ginkgo tree above there, next to the place where I love to eat. And then came the colors, and then came the lady. Like, it's like really the process backwards. We have this traveling guy. I think he's called Time Traveler. And what I did afterwards was like, I was just like, oh my god, I don't want to have it all covered with epoxy, and I put like in the epoxy pigments, and then I moved it so that it gets this movement. This was in Paris as well, and there were live musicians, there was a band, and we were dancing like crazy. And this guy had this amazing tattoo on his arm here, and then I had that idea to put him into water and use the epoxy for that. This one is a friend of mine in Canada, and she just got her little baby daughter and had these incredible photos. And I saw the photos and I was like, oh my god, this is so beautiful. I would love to paint that. What I did here as well is like I put in real gold, so there's loads of real bits of gold in there. Like I love to play with the different materials. Here we go, attraction. And with this one, I was like, I knew that flowers wouldn't go with this one. And I just took shells that you usually have like as a curtain and put them inside, and they've got like still air bubbles inside, and I just love the feeling that it gives the whole painting. It's like this dance, movement, flying light. And last but not least, I did a self-portrait. This is me with my cat. And the cat is called Simba. Here you can see him. He is the king in the house. And here, the flowers that I put in here, they're just like really delicate. And then I was like, I had these colors in my mind, this turquoise and white, and I was like, oh my god, this is gonna... And then I get really, really excited. Like when I have ideas like that or inspirations, I get really excited and I start the work. And then I know it's gonna be good. So if you want to own your own Tanriverdi, you can come to my shop, tanriverdi.shop, and you can send me a message if you want to have your own order, like your own creation of a Tanriverdi with you and your beloved ones on it. What would it create for you and your life and living to own your Tanriverdi?